Hi there, my name is Jen Delvaux, and this is my husband Darren.
Hi.
It's episode 6 of living with cancer.
Episode 6. That's my lucky number.
Oh, it
Number
is
6.
your lucky number.
Yep.
So if you haven't already, check out we have a whole series on this, and it's kind of like when we say living with cancer, we mean like enjoying life, right?
Correct. Yes.
We're just like not letting cancer define us. I know I'm not the one that has it, but I feel like it.
Yeah, kind of.
I always say like us, and I don't have it. He's the one that has it.
She's the one that talks about it all the time.
I know. Anyway, so today we are in episode 6. If you haven't already, check out our previous episodes, and we talk about his first surgery, kind of leading up to it, like why he went and got checked out, what was happening to him, and kind of recovery after that first surgery. Today, we are going to talk to you about the second surgery. So last week, we left Houston and went back to Grand Rapids, where we live, and we just kind of went back to life for about 3 weeks. I don't think it was actually normal life, though, was it?
What do you mean? I don't think it was 3 weeks, was it?
Yeah, it was 3 weeks. Were you stressing before the second surgery?
I don't remember.
We did get stuff in order, though, with our life. Like, we did put some, like, life insurance, like, we did some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you just kind of, when you're going through, you're about to have big surgery, you get your life together.
And that wasn't, like, something that Jenny enjoyed doing, but it was...
something that needed to be done.
Yeah.
So anyway, we hung out with the family a lot and the kids and spent a lot of time with them, and then we took off to Houston. And I remember you guys leaving our children was horrific, because the first time...
I was happy to, like, leave the children.
He's so mad.
God, they're around all the time.
Will you just say that you love your kids?
I do love my children.
God.
They're just around all the time.
Jeez. Anyway, I was really sad to leave the kids, just because this time they were a couple years older and they kind of had more of an understanding of what was going on. So that was a hard time to leave them. So anyway,
yeah,
we leave, and this is a crazy story. Do you know what I'm about to share? The airplane, the flight.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh my god!
I think it's kind of funny.
I know. So Darren is like what? Dang, I mean, seriously, he like, people won't forget him when he walks in the door, walks on the plane.
It started the trip off like with a bang.
Yeah, okay.
Like we had no idea what we were in store for, and this is where it started.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on the plane, and it's the 3 rows, so I'm window, he's middle, and then there's this woman next to us, and she like has her tray down, and she's got like 3 or 4 vodka bottles, and like pop, and like her drinks, and like pretzels, and all of her little snacks, and all of a sudden Darren looks at me and he says,
I forgot that part.
Yeah. He goes, I don't feel so good. And I'm like, oh really? He's like, So Darren is like the nicest person I know. He's like, excuse me, trying to get by the woman, and she takes 4 flipping ever to remove all of her liquor bottles. And
I should have grabbed one at that point.
Yeah, maybe. So I look back and I'm watching him walk to the bathroom, and I'm watching his every move, because I just I feel like something's not right. And so I look, and there's a cart, like it's in the aisleway, and Darren's standing right behind it trying to get past, and all of a sudden he does this, zoop, and drops. And I went flying over that woman. Like, I didn't even knock off any of her liquor bottles. I just flew past her. I start running down the alleyway. Is that what they call it? Aisle? Oh, sorry.
Alleyway.
I start running down the aisle, and people are like thinking like I'm some crazy lunatic for running. And then all of a sudden people notice, and they're like, there's a bajillion people down around them. And then they're calling doctors on the plane. All the lights go on. They're like thinking about they have to land the plane to get him to the hospital. And he finally wakes up.
Yeah, all I remember is not feeling good. I don't remember.
Did you feel like dizzy or like?
Yeah, I felt like I was going to pass out.
Oh, so
yeah,
you knew?
So I was going to get I was going to go splash water on my face, because it wasn't like I was going to throw up. I was so lightheaded.
Yeah,
and that's kind of
crazy.
That's what triggered it.
But you know what's so wild, you guys? This is crazy. So one of the doctors that was helping Darren was a neurosurgeon at MD Anderson and was part of Dr. Prabhu's team.
Yeah, so he was on the team. Yeah.
So he was sitting directly behind us. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that worked out pretty good.
So tell me what happened.
There was a ton of doctors.
Oh my God, there were so many. So tell them what happens when we sit down. Do you remember?
Not really.
Okay, so we sit in our seats.
That was kind of a blur.
We sit way back like this. We're like, I'm like, oh my God. And Darren's like,
because Jen's like, you caused such a scene. Oh my
yeah.
God.
So we were dying. We're like laughing, like, oh my God. And then
we were embarrassed.
Totally embarrassed. Because then we were those people that they had to stop. Nobody could get off the plane because they had to let the paramedics come in, and we're like, do we really have to do that? Like, he's fine. But it's like they had to do it. So anyway, that was the start of our trip right before.
Yeah, and it even got worse because then when I finally got off the plane, I just wanted to go. Were we coming back from Houston or going?
No, we were going for your brain surgery.
Oh, that's right. And so I just wanted to get there, and then they have like a bed waiting for me in the airport. And I was like, oh my God.
They check all his vital signs.
Yeah,
we're like, seriously, he's getting
sucks.
surgery in like 2 days, brain surgery. Can you just let us go to the hotel? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so the next 2 days we stayed at that cool hotel, Zaza, enjoyed our time together.
Yeah.
You know, he had a lot of appointments, but we made sure that we had fun in between, and so that was cool.
In fact, the night before my surgery, the Cowboys were playing on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge Cowboy fan, in case you didn't know.
He is huge.
And so anyway, we got this like cabana.
Yeah.
Is that what you'd say? Yeah. So we watched the game. We had a TV in our cabana, and it was just so much fun. And we made a new friend. Remember that?
It was fun, and my dad and my sister showed up, and so the night before we kind of lived it up a little bit.
Yeah, it was fun.
You didn't really drink. Maybe you had a couple beers.
I don't even. Is that just legal?
I think honestly that night I was in complete denial of what was about to happen, because the next morning we had to be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 and be at the hospital by 5. I was a train wreck. Do you remember me?
No.
How were you?
I had a lot going on, so I was like.
I know, but like I couldn't even keep it together. Like I remember you asking the surgeon, you're like, can you give my wife something?
Oh yeah.
And they're like, if we did, we wouldn't be able to do surgery today on you, because it's against the law. They can't like give me drugs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So anyway, but how can you describe how you were feeling?
I don't remember anything leading up to the surgery except for when I was getting wheeled in. Because when you go in for surgery, it's just weird. You're like in a little holding room.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they're trying to make it dramatic.
Can I ask you, were you more scared for this one over the first one?
I have no idea. I wasn't really scared for either. I wasn't really scared for either one. It wasn't. Because I was at the point where it's like I want a solution, so I don't want to continue to feel the way I was feeling. So I guess it was almost like I was more excited to get the surgery done so I could just move on with my life. Is kind of how it was.
See, this one freaked me out. The second one, or the first one, I don't even think I knew what was going on, but this one scared me so much because I knew it was going to be a really long surgery.
Yeah.
And they were planning on waking him up during it, in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And they ended up waking him up for 3 hours during it. But I remember just thinking...
3 hours?
Uh-huh.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was like 45 minutes.
3 hours. And they said to him, like, we had a lot of appointments prior, talking about everything and mapping it out. There was like appointments that you had to do all these like psychological tests and like animals you saw, and they tested.
Wasn't that after?
No, before, because they were going to do those same tests during.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like to map out your brain for the surgery. So, Darren, I just remember thinking, if it were me, and all of a sudden I woke up and I know they're performing surgery in the back of my head, I would freak out, because they said to him, like, don't move, like, you have to stay still, even though his head is screwed into the table.
They put screws here, and there was like 4 screws. And when I say screws, they weren't like little bolts. I still have like a scar, like right here, like a Harry Potter scar.
Yeah.
right in the middle of my head.
It's crazy. So the surgery ended up being 10 hours long. It was insane. I had my dad and my mom and my sister there. Thank God. They all flew in and they just like kept me sane because I was not in a good place that day. I was scared to death. Took a lot of walks, and so make sure, you guys, if you're going through something similar, you need your family. Even if you think, because I could tell you this, the night before I was in denial and I was still thinking, oh, we're so good, we got this, and I didn't really think. Of course, I loved that my family was coming, but I didn't think I needed them, and if they weren't there, I would have just lost my mind. So you need people. You need to surround yourself with your loved ones and people that will support you and help you and not like get you to cry more, but people would be like my dad would be like, come on, John, we're going to take a walk. You know?
Yeah, and you don't want people that are going to cause drama around at that point. So it's like
just people that keep you sane.
Yes, exactly.
So the doctors came out and it was late, like it was like 6 p.m. and I think you went back. Well,
we didn't even get to the fun part. Well, I guess you don't even know about a lot of that. Kind of what's going on in the brain surgery.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. This is important.
First of all, brain surgery does not hurt. I've been through 2 of them.
Right.
The things that happened after the brain surgery, all the complications that we'll hear about later on, that's the only thing that was painful. Like, I would rather have brain surgery than hip replacement surgery, something like that. No, I'm not kidding. Like, people
even after you know what happened after the second one.
Yeah, that was bad. That was painful.
I mean, would you really say that again? Would you really?
Well, no, I'm just talking about regular brain surgery.
If you don't have any complications.
If you don't have complications, because you don't have any pain.
Right, the actual surgery.
Yeah, so like they can dig around your brain all day long because there's no nerve endings.
Right.
But no, so when I remember going into the room, and the thing is, this room is enormous. You think like a regular operating room, times like 5. So I'm in this, it just felt like I was in this big, huge warehouse.
Really?
That's what it was like, yeah.
Were you freaked out?
No, not really. But the other thing was what I thought, I'm like, why is it such a big deal? Because there was like 10 people at least in the operating room. And finally, and then they, when they finally put me under, and then...
Were you freaked out then? Did you say anything?
No, because you don't even know. They put you out and you're just asleep. Because I remember them putting in the IV and everything, and I'm just like, okay, and all of a sudden you wake up and your brain's open.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you do have memory of it.
Yeah, I have bits and pieces of it.
Okay, so what do you remember?
The first thing they asked me before surgery, what do you like to talk about? Like because what they try to do is they want me to stay awake for as long as possible.
Yeah.
So they want you to stay engaged, and so they asked me a lot of questions. What do I like to do? And there was 2 people that were in the room that were responsible for asking me questions, and the other people were just like, I guess, doing surgery and stuff like that. But so I thought I only stayed awake for like maybe half an hour.
No, 3
but
hours.
Apparently I was, yeah.
It was a 10-hour long surgery, and he was awake for 3 hours of it.
And they told me, they said, you have to try to fight going to sleep, because the longer you're awake, the better the surgery is going to go. And I actually, I mean, it wasn't as bad, because they were saying, oh my God, the surgery is not going to be successful if you can't stay awake long enough. So really try. So I felt like there was a lot of pressure on me to stay awake.
Yeah.
But I guess it came out pretty good.
Do you remember having any conversations with Dr. Prabhu?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember one time I said my skull was open at the point, and he was like in there, like he'd have like a little prod, and what it would do is it'd stimulate a part of the brain, so they would know, not like if all of a sudden I answered the question and I was speaking gibberish, they would know not to cut that part of my brain, because it would cause permanent damage.
Right.
So I do remember talking to Dr. Prabhu, and I'm like, Dr. Prabhu, how's everything going up there? Well, except I couldn't lift my head up. I was, because I was bolted in. But I do remember that. And then after that, I don't remember a lot of stuff after that.
Yeah.
When I woke up, I don't really remember the recovery room. I don't remember anything. Yeah.
Well, he did, so it was 10 hours, and he went, and Dr. Prabhu came out, and Dr. Prabhu thought, again, that it was going to be a grade 4 glioblastoma. Did you know that?
No.
Darren must have some sort of characteristic in your tumor that looks like a grade 4, because both doctors thought that it was a grade 4. And
Well, I have
I know you're missing a mutation.
Yeah, I'm missing I have a mutation.
Yeah, maybe.
Where I'm lacking a gene that is responsible for fighting off cancer.
Right.
Is basically
Yeah.
what it is. And I'm lacking that. So they treat me like, I'm treated like a grade 4, even though I'm
a grade 3.
Yeah. But I think I'm a grade 3/4. Basically.
Well, no, it came back as a grade 3, but the doctors thought it was going to be a grade 4 again, and that freaked me out. But Darren, he said the surgery went really well. They went really deep, and so that night, I always stay with him in the hospital whenever he's there, so he slept good. Mm-hmm. And the next morning, you were good. We actually walked down and had.
But the thing is, I didn't feel that good. I had a headache.
No, you didn't get a headache till later. Then it was bad. And because remember my mom came and you were doing really well, and so I went to go have lunch with my dad and sister, and you then developed a very bad headache.
Yeah, and I'd never had headaches before,
right?
At any point, but I could just tell that they were digging, into my brain, because it just felt like, I don't know, I was like all torn up.
So really, he was in the hospital for just a couple days. I mean, I think max 3 days. And then we went back to Hotel Zaza, and he was like normal. It's as weird as it sounds. We had
a Chick-fil-A in the at
did.
MD Anderson.
Yeah.
I like that, because I'd walk down and get Chick-fil-A.
But we would get food, we'd get room service, we'd watch movies, and we just vegged out for like 2 more days. And then we got on the flight to come home, and it was like, I was so nervous, you guys. I just remember looking at him, because here he is with this huge scar, and I just felt like he was delicate.
No, didn't they wrap a turban thing around my head?
Yeah, you had a turban, and actually I think that came off by then. I think it did.
Okay.
And so we got home, and we saw our kids, and I just thought, oh my God, life is like back to normal. Like everything is good right now. And then the next morning, all hell broke loose. And we won't go into that today.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole other episode. But there was some serious complications where he really honestly almost lost his life. So we'll go into that next.
We're going to get into the happy part.
I know. So anyway, so just really, you guys, I mean, the reason why we do these is we just want everybody to appreciate life. We don't sweat the small stuff. We have fun. And we just enjoy each day. So I hope this helps you guys. And it's also kind of a documentary for us too. So we have
to go back on and kind of show, everybody
kids.
And show ourselves.
Feel free to share, comment, on this. If you have questions, you can email me at coachjennyd@gmail.com. You can go to my website, jendelvaux.com, JENDELVAUX.com. I have tons of other stuff there on living with cancer and tips on motivation and exercise and health, relationships, all that good stuff. So I hope this helps.
She's real smart. She's got a lot of advice.
I have a lot of advice.
She's got a lot of advice for me.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.